What's going on, YouTube? It's Nickelodeon, and I'm going to do a review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. What's going on, YouTube? It's Nickelodeon, and I'm going to do a review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. How many of you guys have seen it? I believe this was season 11, episode 17 and 16 and 17. So, for those of you who haven't seen Real Housewives of Atlanta, we have Portia, we have Nene, Eva's friend. I keep calling her Eva's friend. I swear I need to learn that lady's name. But it's the other designer other than Marlo. And then we have Marlo, of course. And these ladies are like they said, they were saying something about, oh, it's not enough beef. Oh, it's not enough drama, and I knew that the drama was coming up. I knew that the ladies were going to start beefing eventually. They had their trip with Eva. What was it? Eva's bridal shower, and they were in Tokyo. And I told you about Tokyo. It was a lot of drama in Tokyo. And Eva was definitely not having it this season. She was putting her family, and she was putting her wedding before everything. And she was like, screw the drama. I'm not going to let you ladies get me down. But it was one tornado that Eva could not prepare for, and that was the death of her grandfather. R.I.P. to Eva's grandfather. She was very, very saddened, but, despite that happening to her, she still pushed through, and she still made her wedding happen. So the episode 16 was about Eva and her planning her wedding. She pretty much went over her budget. I remember them shooting to the scene where she was kind of like on the floor crying, and she was talking about how she felt like, everything was just costing more and costing more. So, yeah, she kind of over budgeted, but everything worked itself out, and she did find that awesome gown for the reception, and her wedding gown was amazing. So the thing that's going on, I'm gonna skip right over to Nene and Greg. And the thing that's going on with Nene and Greg was Greg actually was released from the hospital from complications, and he just got admitted back into the hospital right after he was, like, that same day he was released. He just got admitted right back into the hospital, and I'm like, oh my God, like, and Nene said that she was devastated, and she appeared to be devastated. And I believe they said they found a blood clot in his leg, and he got readmitted back into the hospital. And I was like, oh my God, like, this man is constantly in the hospital, and I'm pretty sure that he's not able to be that husband that Nene needs, and he's probably not able to be out and about and to be his true self. So, Nene was pretty much devastated about that. Once again, her friends came to her side and supported her, from her getting the bad news about her husband being back readmitted. So after Nene was devastated from her husband being readmitted, you know, her friends and everything came to her and comforted her through the stress and everything that she was feeling. Nene had a buy wig party. I think it was called Buy Wig Party. And I thought that was a unique, awesome title, Buy Wig Party. So everybody had to show up with their real hair, no pieces whatsoever. So, you know, she had everything set up. She had the cocktails flowing and everything like that. And I thought that Nene's real hair was very cute. It was still golden blonde like she usually wears. And, you know, if you guys are familiar with Housewives in the very first beginning, Nene was rocking the short golden haircut, you know, and I felt like she kind of was bringing that style back. So it was kind of like a throwback style for Nene to have that short golden haircut. And Eva's hair is actually pretty long. Like Eva came and she had like the bun and the little tresses in the front, so that looked cute. Marlo's hair was pretty shoulder length, you know, kind of had like the straight blowout, like similar to mine's. You know, hers is a little longer, and a couple of them. Candy also had the blowout, and Shamari had I like Shamari's hair. So she had the cornrows on each side, and then she had like the mohawk look, and that was her real hair. That was cute. Cynthia showed up with 2 pigtails, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at her with her pigtails." It was funny. And then as soon as she comes in, like I think it was Nene, she was like, "Oh no child, we need to check and see if, you know, that's got any pieces in it or something." But for some reason, everybody was thinking that Cynthia had some pieces in. I don't know why, but it was funny. And who else? That was it. It's going around now that Shamari has a drinking problem. Shamari, but you know, Nene says Shamari is a lot of fun. And when I see it, I'm like, that's me. That's me at the party. Like, I like to turn up. Okay. So, yeah, Shamari was turned up at the Byway party. You know, drinks was flowing, and Shamari was like, "Hey, look, I'm a mother, and I always am home taking care of my kids. So this particular time, she says she's gonna let loose and have a good time. You know, I think she's getting close with the girls. She's particularly close with Eva and the other designer lady, but." You know, she's pretty much getting comfortable and she's pretty much letting loose. So, Nene was upstairs in her room. I believe, like, she said something about she just needed a minute or something. you know, after getting the news of Greg going back into the hospital. So she was up in the room. I believe Marlo and probably Portia went up to see if she was all right and everything. Meanwhile, downstairs, Shamari is throwing up in Nene's bathroom. So Eva and I think the other designer lady was in the bathroom, you know, going to Shamari's aid, and she's like, Shamari, are you all right? You know, and next thing you know, Shamari just turns and throws up all over Eva's outfit, and Eva's like, oh my God, you know, and then she runs upstairs and asks Nene for a change of clothes and everything, and I think Shamari left at that point, you know, and it went down. After Shamari left and went down, you know, they were up in Nene's bedroom, and Candy mentioned something about Nene's closet. Girl, I know you got something up in this closet. Like, you always talking about all your fashions and everything like that. Let's see what this closet looks like. So Candy just takes off. Nene's sitting there like, don't go in my closet. Don't go in my closet. You know what I mean? And I understand. Like, that's her personal space. That's her closet. She was saying that it wasn't clean at the time. She probably had clothes on the floor or something. She did not want her closet being filmed. Candy went in the closet, and Portia followed Candy like, yeah, girl, I want to see too. And then next thing you know, the camera guy goes too. And Nene was like, oh, hell no. Like, she jumps up. She grabs the cameraman, and like, she couldn't really like grab him, but she like grabbed his shirt and like ripped his shirt. So, you know, that's kind of like in a bad light for Nene now. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, her behavior was out of control. I couldn't believe she went there to grab the cameraman and stuff. But I understand she did not want her closet being filmed, and they overstepped boundaries in that situation, you know. She kind of had words with Candy and Portia. And, you know, the girl, you know how the girls is, like, they just weren't talking for a little while, and stuff like that. So, you know, Nene's dealing with these things, and I think the girls are kind of struggling with how to support Nene. Like, they're not, like, they can't bring their usual shade like they do, and it's like, well, what do? We know she's going through something, but she's also a bitch too. You know, they didn't say it like that. That they probably feel like that, like she was being a bitch for not letting us look at her closet or whatever. So then later on, the girls meet. Marlo and Portia and Candy meet at like a lunch, and they're at the table discussing like what happened at her byway party, and you know, Portia was like, I'm pregnant. I'm vulnerable. I'm helpless. You know, and I'm like, the whole time she told you helpless. Like, she the main one to be like, let's go. But I'm helpless. You know, so this is funny. But she is pregnant. She is vulnerable. But she's not one to back down from nothing either. But that was funny that she said that. And then Candy was like, like, she took it way too far. I think she overreacted, this and that. You know, but just like any other season, you know, they still shady and still fake friends, whatever. Marlo sitting there like she cool with both of them when she know that she gonna run back and she gonna tell Nene exactly what they said. So then that's exactly what she did. She went right back and told Nene, oh, Portia said Portia said she pregnant, she vulnerable, she wasn't trying to be around that. And Candy said that you charged at her, this, that, and that. Like, and I think she kind of exaggerated what they said, you know, to make it seem like Nene's like some kind of like aggressive person or something. So Nene was in her feelings about that, and they weren't speaking for a little bit. Meanwhile, Eva's still getting ready for her wedding. So she still has her wedding coming up. So this was episode 17. And Eva is getting ready for her wedding. She rented out a huge suite. I mean, it was a huge suite, and I'm looking at it like, this is a suite. Like, this looked like a house. Like, she rented out this huge suite just for her guest and her bridesmaids and her mom and everybody to get their makeup done, get their hair done, and get ready for the wedding. I think she rented it out because she said that her house just wasn't going to hold all those people. You know, she said she ended up having like maybe 100 more people than she intended, or something like that. It was like double the amount of people, and I think that's what she was stressed about as far as the budget. Like, she was saying, like, she had budget for a certain amount of people, and then she got like 100 more guests or something like that. So Eva was getting ready for her wedding and everything. She was looking gorgeous. Her gown was like out of this world. I think she had to have like 3 guys carrying the trail on her wedding gown. And her mom is very cute and looks just like her, like an older version of her. And her mom got her hair and makeup done. Eva gave her mom this initial handkerchief. Her mom read what the handkerchief said. It was like a little sweet message on there. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something. And her mom was kind of like tearing up, and I'm gonna cherish this forever. And Eva was like, what did I deserve? God has blessed me so much, you know, to have this and everything like that. And I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, like, you need to thank God for that, you know. And so yeah, it was time for the wedding. Eva has a 4-year-old. I think her daughter's about like 4. But her daughter's very cute. Looked like a mini-me Eva. She got the little gold dreads. You know, she had a beautiful little cute little lace white gown. And she was the flower girl. She came out first, you know, dropping the flowers and everything. So everybody was smiling and looking at her. All of her friends showed. She had a whole cathedral of guests. Everybody, Candy, Todd, Portia, her man, Cynthia, her man, and Marlo and Nene even came. Nene was struggling about coming because of what she's going through. But Nene, I believe, was being a trooper throughout this whole episode. You know, my heart definitely goes out to Nene. I think that people need to be more sympathetic towards what she's going through, because I don't even know if Greg has much longer to live, you know. And after a while, they're going to have to face the reality of the fact that Greg may not live very long. So, you know, and she knows that. She knows that. And that's probably why all of this is just, you know, she's not able to control her feelings and things like that. Because she knows. And, but she had on a gorgeous dress. I'm sorry. And I love Nee's dress. I love the flow on the back. It was red and black, and I think the front was red. And it was like almost like a silk looking material, and then it had like a cape in the back, and the cape was like black, you know. It almost looked like a cape, but it was really pretty. It was really pretty. And Eva asked Nene to do a toast at the wedding for her. Nene was struggling with the fact of doing the toast or not, because she's like, oh, I just don't feel up to it and things like that. She didn't come in there, and she was talking to her friends, and she was having a good time. Champagne was flowing, you know, and she was talking to her good girlfriend Cynthia. And I believe Cynthia is a loyal friend to Nene. She's always there for a listening ear, and it's good to have that. Even if you got one friend, even if you got that one loyal friend that you can just let your feelings out, you got enough. You got enough. And Nene has that one loyal friend with Cynthia. I think they are all really good friends to Nene in their own way. But when it really comes down to being real and understanding, I think Cynthia is the one. But Cynthia was there, you know, talking to Nene, and You know, and I could see that she was starting to feel better. But who busted up all that action? Marlo. Marlo, who's supposed to be Nene's girlfriend. But not, Marlo is, you know, you have friends for different areas of life. Like, you got that one friend that's the one that you need to tell all your problems to and to lean on. And then you got that one friend that's just a turn up friend. That's the friend that you go out and you got the shits with. Or you that's the friend that you go out with and you just get drunk with or something, you know. So Marlo, I think, is that friend for Nene, you know, because she always got something. She always starting up something. So here go Marlo coming over there, tapping Nene on the shoulder. Candy and Portia want to talk to you. And Nene was like, girl, I am not having it. Like, I do not want to talk to them. And then what she said was, why is they trying to do this at somebody's wedding? You know, like trying to start drama at somebody's wedding. You know, so she goes and I think they were in like a lobby area, sitting down, talking, and Candy starts off with she's saying something like she felt like she was overreacting. She was like, well, why you act like that? Like, I felt like that was uncalled for or something like that. And Nene was like, you know what? So Nene was like, y'all not finna tell me how to act in my own crib. You know, and I'm like, you got a point there. Even Candy was like, I feel you. You know, I feel you. You know, and Portia was like, but I'm staying, but I'm pregnant. And he was like, no. Enough of y'all shady bitches. But she didn't say it like that. She was just like, enough of y'all. I'm going through something. No. I'm going through something. Support me. And I'm like, about goddamn time. Yes. Support her. Learn how to be a real goddamn friend. Y'all is so goddamn shady. You know what I mean? The woman's husband is dying. And y'all picking on her about not going in her closet. You ain't got no business going in her closet. Point blank, period. That was the end of it. I don't even know why they even call her back there we need to talk to Nene. I don't even know why they even call her back there for that dumb mess. Even Nene was like, y'all finna do this at somebody's wedding? She shut it down. She shut it down real quick. And then she went out there, put on a good face, and did what she had to do. She said, no, I'm being here for Eva. Eva asked me to do this toast at her wedding, and I'm going to do it. You know, it's all kinds of shade going on the internet about how her toast made her look like she turned Eva's wedding into the Nene show. And Bravo didn't help Nene at all, because during the ceremony, like Eva and her husband had wrote their own vows to each other, which I thought was sweet. I actually started tearing up, like, you know, because I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I can tell that they truly did love each other. Her husband was so excited looking at her walk down the aisle, and then when she finally got there, she was like, and it was so cute how her husband was reading his vows, and something on my phone, reading his vows to her, and Eva was like, oh, give me a second. And when she said give me a second, I was like, oh, like she was about to break down, cry. She was crying. Y'all about to make me cry. No, but it was cute. It was sweet. But Bravo was being shady, and they was editing Nene and Greg's wedding, when Nene and Greg was at the altar into Eva's wedding, you know, instead of filming her entire ceremony. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Everybody is just as interested in Eva's ceremony as they was Nene's ceremony. So they should not have been shady and did that, you know. And then they kept on flashing the Nene's face. So it wasn't Nene making it the Nene show. It was Bravo making it the Nene show. Eva asked Nene to do the wedding toast. I think that Nene was being a trooper. I think she was being a trooper. She was pushing aside the fact that she didn't even want to be there. She was hurt. But she was like, she put on a smiling face. She went up there and she was like, to the bride and to the groom. You know, I can't remember the rest of the speech. All I remember is to the bride and groom, because it reminded me of Coming to America when he said, to the bride and groom. But I remember that part. And, you know, she had a little friendly thing she put in there. She tried to give them some life-lasting advice. And, you know, she said everybody raised their glass to love wins. I remember that when she said to love wins, and I like that. So I liked it. I liked the speech. I liked the fact that she was coming in there and she was being like a loyal friend to Eva and owning up to her promise. So I appreciate that. I don't know about what y'all talking about, what the internet was talking about how they made it, and how she tried to make it the Nene show. Nene gets on my nerves, blah, blah. Some people just don't like Nene. You know, I think it's just particular seasons that make people not like Nene. But I think this season, Nene is all the way grown up, all the way done with the bull crap with her so-called girlfriends. And, you know, she's not having it. She's like, look, you know, there's things going on in my life, and I'm not allowing Bravo, and I'm not allowing these girls to eat me alive. So I think that's what's going on. So, you know, the ceremony was gorgeous, and everybody just got back to praising Eva. Eva was all smiles. She was glowing. She said, I was married now. And that trips me out when these black women want to say, I was married. You know, I think that's from The Color Purple or something like that. And, you know, like, come on, ladies. Don't say I was married now no more. Yeah, it's funny, but don't say that no more. But she said that, and showed off her ring and everything like that. And her family, her husband, she got a cute little boy. I think he's about like a few months old or something like that. He's cute. And they was all, you know, taking their wedding pictures and everything like that. You know, they was out there dancing, drinking. Shamara got terribly embarrassingly drunk again at Eva's wedding. So I'm thinking that probably in the following episode, I don't remember the clips, but I'm thinking in the following episode coming up, that will be addressed. Her husband did confront her about her drinking problems. Shamari did admit to her husband that things did get out of control at the bi-wig party. Her husband was like, look, I'm going to be keeping my eye on you, and I need you to stop drinking so much. You know, her husband is Ronnie from, is it Belle Biv DeVoe? That's so long ago. But yeah, I should know that though, because that was kind of my error. But her husband is Ronnie, and he was on tour at that time, so he wasn't able to go to a wedding with her. But she did get a little bit out of control. But I think that who was it? I think it was Marlo. Yeah, Marlo confronted her at the wedding, and she told her, she confronted Shamari, and she confronted one other of the girls, and she was like, y'all need to go to AA together, you know. And Shamari just don't like Marlo. Even though I think Marlo's advice is sometimes cruel, but sometimes real, you know. But Shamari do not like Marlo. She calls her Marho. Marho. She's like, you may be a motherfucker, but you will never be a mother. That, y'all tell me in the comments, the fact that you a mother and you don't get to get out that much, does that give you a reason to turn up such so when you get to go out? Should you get tipsy drunk to the point where you can't walk a straight line just because you don't get out that much? I don't think that's a good enough excuse. That's just me. But hey, I'm gonna end it right here. Thank y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next review. Give me a like. Deuces.